JaxGuruji Sangat. Today I'm going to be reading a satsang by Parminder Kaur from the book Light of Divinity. Whosoever comes with faith will be blessed. In 1999, when my husband, Colonel Divinity Singh, was posted at Delhi, one of our friends, based in Panchkula, told us about Sri Guruji. We could not keep ourselves from seeking his blessings and soon came to Guruji's Darbar at Empire Estate. At this point, we were facing many problems. First, my husband had undergone 2 kidney transplants and was fragile and ill. For him to even continue in service was a difficult proposition. Second, all our savings had gone into the second renal transplant, which had taken place at a civilian hospital. Thus, we were facing considerable financial hardships. Third, to compound it all, my husband's medical reimbursement claim of 2.5 lakhs was returned by the authorities. On the first day we met him, Guruji gave us bundles of love. We felt that all our problems were over. We had found God and heaven in Guruji's person. Guruji told us to bring a copper tumbler and a silver bracelet the next time we came. He blessed these, and his blessings started to flow into our lives. For one, my husband's health started improving. His medical reports showed normalcy, and he started attending office. Then, the Defense Accounts Department okayed our 2.5 lakh claim without any delay. I soon got a telegram from the department informing us the claim had been passed. The next day, when we came to Guruji's Darbar, he said, "You have got the money." My husband had been on steroids. One side effect was that a nerve at the hip joint got clogged. Doctors advised immediate surgery. We went to Guruji for his blessings. Guruji told us not to get the operation done. The condition would become all right. True to his words, the condition improved gradually. Until date, no surgery has been required. It is my experience that Guruji need not be told about anything. He comes to know of whatever you wish for in his darbar, and whatever happens to you, good or bad, is in his knowledge. I have a son and a daughter, and I was keen on having one more son. I wished for the same while I was present at Guruji's Darbar. Omniscient Guruji came to know of this. When I was going to him to take his permission for going home, Guruji told me in Punjabi, "Lajholi kar." He was telling me to unfold my dupatta and hold it before him so that he could shower his blessings upon me. I did so scarcely, realizing what was being given to me. But 6 months later, I came to know I was pregnant. I was not able to detect the pregnancy for such a long period, but Guruji had blessed me with a son that very day. Even the doctors were amazed. Guruji came to our rescue again when unscrupulous people in connivance with some politicians had forcibly taken over our partially built residential plot. We were harassed and felt depressed. We told Guruji about the situation and he said, "Don't worry, they will automatically run away." After he had given this blessing, things took a positive turn by themselves. Soon, the keys of our house were handed back to us. Guruji is God. Our happiness and our well-being are all due to him. We want to express our heartfelt feelings of love and thankfulness to him. Whosoever comes to Guruji with faith will be blessed.
Jai Guruji, I will now be reading the satsang of Poonam Sethi, lecturer in Hindu College, New Delhi. Do you want one more son? I still remember when I was blessed with a chance to have Guruji's darshan. It was the last week of June 1998. We had waited quite a while to have Guruji's darshan, ever since we had heard of him from my husband's maternal uncle. But my husband was posted in Srinagar and we could not go. The chance came when his posting got over in 1998. My husband's uncle had had a wonderful experience with Guruji. Uncle had been advised to go for bypass surgery by several cardiologists when he fortunately met Guruji. Guruji, in his usual simple way, asked Uncle to tell him about his problems while Uncle pressed Guruji's feet. By the time Uncle had related his problems, Guruji told him that he did not need to go for the surgery as he had completed the bypass. Several investigations by the same cardiologists who had advised surgery verified that the condition and working of Uncle's heart had improved beyond what could have happened through surgery. As for us, we had been childless for about 7 years. We were worried about this issue and had practically given up. But when we heard of people's satsangs of the miracles that had occurred due to Guruji's blessings, we renewed our hope. We had a chance, if Guruji wished. We reached the Empire Estate residence of Guruji late in the evening and had his darshan. We also ate the langar. Guruji asked us to introduce ourselves and then invited us to his birthday celebrations on July 7th at the ranch, a farmhouse near Empire Estate. I came and was amazed at the number of people there. Each one had an experience to narrate about what Guruji had given them, hoping to one day become the recipients of Guruji's generosity. We started visiting Guruji regularly. We wanted to tell Guruji about our problem, but were restrained from doing so by the Sangat, who told us to bide our time till Guruji himself mentioned the problem. One day, Guruji asked me the purpose of our coming to him, and I told him that we were childless. He said that I would have children, and also fixed the days on which we could come to the Sangat. I was pleased by Guruji's words, but had concerns too. Does he know enough about our problems? Does he know about all the treatments we have undergone and that have not worked? I wondered whether Guruji knew doctors had pointed out that I had defective tubes and my husband a low sperm count. They had suggested expensive IVF, in vitro fertilization, that too with little chances of success. But we continued to visit him on the days he had fixed for us. Things started to improve. On other fronts, my job became permanent and my husband's employer gave him a chance to do an executive MBA. But on the medical front, there was no cheer. Doctors were still not giving us any hope. They maintained we needed to go for the IVF after we had tried out the simple and less expensive IUF, intrauterine insemination. It was May of 2000. My husband had been informed of his selection for the MBA course and would be away from the family for 1 year. It meant that no treatment could be taken. We took what doctors had specified as the last shot at the IUI and were dissatisfied. We visited Guruji and I informed him of my husband's selection. He smiled and said, "Fir to kalyan ho gaya. Then you have been blessed." I was miserable. What sort of kalyan was this? My husband would be away for another year. No treatment would be possible, and I would be childless for at least another 2 years. But Guruji saw and knew what we could not even think of. Yes, the pregnancy test I took a few days later revealed that I was carrying. This was something beyond our combined beliefs. We repeatedly kissed Guruji's photograph with tears rolling down our eyes, with gratitude towards the one who had changed our destiny. We visited Guruji that evening. I went to him to convey the news. Guruji smiled and signaled that I was not to speak. I know, he said. Yes, I thought only he knew. I went through my pregnancy with ease in spite of my husband's absence and gave birth to a boy. I was eager to take the infant to Guruji to get him blessed by the one with whose blessings we had got him. The tradition of not taking the baby out for 40 days stopped me from doing so. Finally, at end of 40 days, we took the baby to Guruji. Guruji smiled and asked me, "Do you want one more son?" I did not answer. After that, on every visit, Guruji repeated the same question. I took it as a joke and did not answer. I thought, who would go through the medical process once again, that too with such a small child to look after? One day, during our visit, Guruji repeated the same question. Somehow I uttered, "As you please." Within a week, I found I was pregnant again, this time without any treatment, any medicines, any medical procedure, and with the same defective tubes. It could only be Guruji's blessings. I gave birth to another boy. Both of them are growing up, naughty boys, always up to some mischief or the other, not big enough to understand that it is only because of Guruji that they have come into this world. Medically, we were undeserving parents, but then there is somebody, the only one, who can fulfill the desires of human beings, change destinies, and never fail to enthuse devotees with positive hope. Thank you, Guruji, for letting us into your Sangat and changing our lives as nobody else could have.
Now I will be reading a satsang of Pradeep Sood, Lifting a Family Out of Grief. The cousin of my wife from a remote village in Punjab, Sidwandhona, district Kapurthala, became the father of twin sons, who were born to him after 2 daughters, but both kids died within 4 or 5 days. The family was shocked. The mother went into depression and no one was able to focus on the family business. One day, this man called me up and I advised him to visit Guruji. After listening to satsangs, he was motivated to seek Guruji's darshan. With positive energy, when he emerged out of Empire State in joyful tears and he had seen God, he then went back to his native town. Today, without his ever having asked for it, he is the father of a healthy, handsome son. When the man came the next time, Guruji told him to leave, and as he had been granted what he wished for. Such is Guruji's grace. He had not only blessed a father with a son, but has raised the whole family out of grief and pain. For grace knows no bounds. The rain of mercy, says a Shabad, falls on everyone, yet only those who are humble can retain it. Just like low valleys retain water, while it slides down the face of towering peaks. Jai Guruji, Jai Sangat Ji.